Yes, friends. Now, in this video, we have to discuss with our previous session also. It will be particular value. We have to create a pivot chart option also. So we have to clear this value. On the basis of this value, we have to find out the particular value. I will share my screen so I have a you have a clear idea about this one. Now you can check my screen here. Yes. Check my screen here. We have to find out the particular value. At the last, we have to find out the month wise, September, October, November, December wise. Now the duration wise. We have to find out the both the way. If we will find out the aging report, semi-phase, county-phase, semi-phase, county-phase. So we have to find out the particular value. On the basis of this value, you have to find out the duration wise report. But I think so this is time consuming. We have to find out this data on the particular using of aging report wise. So we have to find out this value on the basis of pivot table. So we have to find this value on the pivot table. On the basis of this one, we have to find this value. Now, how to find out this value on the basis of pivot table? First, it will be find out aging report wise. We have in the previous session we have to using of aging report, and we will find out semi phase, county phase. So we have to find out on this way also. So now fourth parameter, we have to find out the data on the 0 to 35 duration wise the data. Insert pivot table, date of call, duration, purchase amount, representative, duration wise. Here is your duration and here is your purchase amount. This is purchase amount or duration wise. You have to representative, then you add the representative. Now you can see here, if first we will have to report filter and we will find the representative in a report filter. Now right click on this functionality, go for the grouping option, starting date and ending date. Starting duration is 2, ending duration is 176. Now you have to clear idea. First value is 2, second value is 170, second value is 176. Second value is 176. Now you have to particular difference between the 30-30 difference. For example, I will put the 30-30 difference. You have to check that value. 2 to 31, 32 to 61, 61 to 91, 122 to 151, and 152 to 181. So now this is called as the grouping option. Whenever we will use the grouping option, we have to find out the particular value. On the basis of this value, we have to find out the particular value. So this is called as grouping option. When we are ungroup this value, we have to ungroup this value. When we are grouping this option, so we have to working with the group option. We have to work with the group option also. Here is a pivot table option also. If it is values, we can see that option. So we will not discuss the second time from this option. This is called as a grouping option. Now this is, you have to now clear idea about the grouping option. Now we want to go for the report filter here, right? So report filter, we want to this report filter. So 2 to 11, 92 to 101. So all the report filtering value, you have to put out this value. On the basis of this value, we have to find out the representative value also. If the representative and go for the duration also. So representative wise, you can go for the duration also. You can put the both the way, which one way is convenient from your side, you can do this value. If first way is convenient from your side, you can do this value in the first way. If second way is convenient from your side, you can do this functionality with the second way. Both the way, if it is convenient from you, you can do with the both the way. We can do first way also, we can do second way also, we can do any one way also, but we can do it. Now, if you want to go for this representative and duration, if I'm go for the customer ID also, you want to use this customer ID with this duration also. So you have to put out this value with the customer ID with this duration. So you have to easily put out this value with customer ID and duration wise report. So you have to find out this report using customer wise and duration report, right? This is date of call. You have to put out the date of call. So date wise September, October, November, December. This is your month wise report. So you have to put out this month wise report. Now, if I'm not duration wise, if I'm date of call is particular here the month also. You have to find out the month. On the basis of month, you have to find out this value. If I'm putting this value of the date of call only, insert pivot table. Okay, date of call wise not, but if I refresh this value, then date of call, this is month wise. If I'm grouping this subtotal of date of call, month wise of date of call, if I'm removing this field and refresh your data, if I'm not putting here year wise, for example 2010 is your year and date of call wise report, this is your date of call, this is your grouping option, this is ungroup that option. So we have a date wise for your data, purchase amount wise, here is a purchase amount wise the data. So we have to purchase amount and date of call wise this data. Now we have to grouping option. On that grouping option, you have to use the date wise. This is called as a date wise, number wise and date wise. Both the wise you have to find out this value. But yes, if your data is a textual wise, then you cannot do this textual wise data. So make sure that all the data, when we have to put out this data, if we have to put out 0 to 35 wise and duration wise, purchase amount total, and this is a duration. If I'm putting this duration, on this duration we have to find out the 30 duration, and okay, so 30 duration wise you have to find out this data. On particular this manner we have to find out this data. So we have to find out easily data. On the basis of this data, now we want to create the pivot chart. Four, 5, 11. 11 is your not your particular the data. 13, this is number wise, this is chart wise, and this one sheet is not also usable. Sheet 2, it's not also usable. Alter. So now we want to go for the particular command. Sheet 4, sheet 5, sheet 13. This is a range wise data, and now sheet 1. I think so month wise data is not available, so I put out this value on the month wise also. Date of call and purchase amount. Right click of this data, we want to grouping option, in grouping this month and year also. So now month and year option is also enabled. Now make sure that this one option is usable from your side. Sheet 4, sheet 5, sheet number 13, sheet number 14 and sheet number 1. Now we want to create pivot chart on this data. How to create a pivot chart? Which chart to usable from this one? So we have to go for this chart. So we want to use this particular data. How to use this data? On the particular basis of this data, you can use this shortcut key. How to use this data? Now, if we will check our data on the particular basis, we have to some shortcut key. Now we have a go for the data. At that time, shortcut key is very usable. Some shortcut key, if you know about the some shortcut key, so you have to easily page up and page down this value. Control page up, control page down. This is a one sheet to another sheet. If you want to go, for example, if I'm go for the control down, here is a down value. Control page up, here is a page value. Control page up, control page down. So now if I'm click here, go for the insert tab, here is a chart. Now you can see any one of the chart is usable from your side. This is pie chart, I think so. Pie chart, bar chart. You can use this value. Now, if I'm using this value with using of percentage value, so this is percentage value. If the numeric value, if I'm using the numeric value, so you can see this value, C13 with 72130. So we have to clearly idea about this one. Then we have to, if the layout, we have a data label as a center. If the data label as a center, if the data label inside the and, this is called inside the and. Chart title, horizontal, vertical wise, you want to use this data. Some of the purchase amount wise the data. This is called customer ID and purchase amount at the top. C4, C5, C7, C8, C13. So this is your value. On the basis of this value, you have to easily find out the value. So you can find this. The next, go for the insert tab, go for the column value. Here is a column value. So now you can see here 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. You have to change the chart color also, chart type also. So you have to easily working with your chart. This is working with your chart also. This is your chart value. So you have to easily change the chart format, layout. If I am doing with the data label, show the data label. Here is a data label. You can show the year. We will use the 3D rotation also. Then we can use the 3D rotation here. So we have easily find out this value. On particular this value, we have to find out our data. Now in this value, we want to go for the insert tab. Then line chart. For example, if I am doing the line chart here, so we want to find the line chart format here. Every line chart, for example, it's a value. So particular value we want to find with this value line chart. So we will find the easily of this value. On the basis of this value, we have to find our chart also. So make sure that all the data, all the find out value is usable from your side. If it is a save as a template, then we can use this template. If I'm using this value on the basis of option command, insert command, I will play for this area command. Then I will go for this area, and if I'm doing this value, On basis of this area, we want to put this value here. If it is select the change and column, we have to change the column. Here is a view code, move and copy, insert. Now in this insert, we have some template here. We can create the template, your own template. This is save as a template. This is our own template. If we will create our new template is available in the Excel. Then service in a with deposit and deduct weekly class attendance. For example, if I'm adding this template is available. Classes attendance this week. We have a room number, teacher name, periods. If I'm doing here particular student name XYZ, for example, if I'm doing Monday, Tuesday present, here is a presence and absence value for this template. So now we have to clear idea about this is present and absent report. So we have to easily idea. P means present, U means absent. So we have to easily find out this template also. We can use the Excel template also. But template is providable from not your choice. This is particular providable and you can work on this template. If you can do with your choice, then you have create your own template, right? If I am doing with another template is here, for example, here is an insert and go for the chart tab, Excel dialog box, 21st century PI chart, expense chart, home schools, school in progress chart, invoice that calculation, service in service invoice with deposition and deduction. For example, if I'm adding this chart, deposit and deduction, this is already available. Company name, invoice subtotal. Here is a C45. If here the value, the washing, here is a value. So all other value is coming from example. If I'm putting something value from dollar 150, so you can see here this is automatically total here, automatically value is put out here. So you can use the Excel template also on the basis of attendance and all these things. You can use this, but as my point of view, template is a not exact idea from you can want. Here is a when we create a new, here is a this is called as a sample template. This all are the sample template. This is available from your side. But if you want to your create your own template, at that time you have to two more things. Excel not require the net, but yes, template require the net also. When the net is available, at that time template is created. On the basis of this template, we want to easily create from this value, planner value, wedding class value, card value, business value, budgets value, analyze value, annual value, flyers value, logo value, chart value, education's value. In the education mode, you have to create this chart also. So you can create your own chart, but we want to download this chart because this is not your sample template, weekly class schedule. If I am create a certificate also, then we can create the certificate also. If all the education purpose, event purpose, flyer, no flyer available, then you cannot create my template. We cannot create your own template. Yes, you can create your chart also. Logo here, all the logos. Yes, we can find out this value. If I'm go from the education side, at that time you have to create your value certificate also. We can find out the certificate also, designing sites, forms also, holiday also, invitations card also, sports sales weekly. If any template is available in the your website, then you can put out this website also. This is a presentation site, but presentation site, this all are the data is not available here, so you cannot find out the exact presentations value. Financial management also, flyer also, forms also, So this is already available templates, and with using of pivot table and pivot chart you can create your own templates. So you can easily work this templates invitation, for example. If net is properly available, then all the template is available. If the 21st century pie chart, if I'm created this chart, saving, stocks, housings, this all are the value. Which one we will use? This is all are the designing. This is all our designing purpose. You can use this designing purpose also, right? Yes, this is called as a pie chart. We can only change for this value. This is 25,000 saving. If I am saving a 5 lakh values, at that time saving is a particular value is changeable. Here is a 1 lakh particular value. This is also changeable. House 80,000. This is also changeable. Bond. And you can see here bond value is changeable. Now you can see this is value is 90% saving. And car, for example, if I'm doing here 78, then value is saving. Now the changing this value, you can only change this value. On the basis of this one, we can easily select this particular value. So we can create this. If I want to create the chart, you can see here this is chart option is available. So you can work this. You can work this value on the basis of chart. You can use this value. So we have to do this value on the basis of do this. We have to create, this is not Excel, this is ultimately your chart tools and your Word file. So you can do work, do chart here, and you can put out this chart on the Excel also. So you have now clear idea about the pivot table, pivot chart. We have to do with analyze tab, design tab, option tab. Now we have to clear, group, ungroup, filtering items, summarize this value, show value as pivot chart, what is fill item sets, what is plus minus. You have to now clear idea about this one. If I am changing the data source, we want to change the data source, we have to change it. We have to go for the design tab, we can go for the design tab also. If we go the pivot chart option, then the all are the designing tab. Now it's clear if it is which row and column. Row is your column and column is your row. Now you can see here if I'm switch row and column, you can do this. So what is your row and what is your column? Now you have to clear idea. This is September, October, December. When I am switching this row value, you have to check that this value is automatically changed, this value, and September, October, November, December. So whenever I'm putting this value and changing from this value, at that time change the data type as it is. So we want to use this data type. On the basis of this data type, we can easily change this value. So now we have clear idea about in the design tab, on the option tab, on the layout tab, on the format tab, analyze tab, and a design tab. If I'm going from the switch row and column, you can see the chart, all the chart is now clear about this. So chart option, layout option, all this plot area, show the plot area, you can show it this plot area. If it is grid line, horizontal and vertical grid lines is here, then you can see here vertical and horizontal grid lines here. If you want to add some text box here, you can put out the text box and put out any values. For example, if I am doing from the grouping option, then I am do for the grouping option. So you have to add the text box also. So you can add this text box. When you are adding the text box, you have to put this value on the basis of text box. So make sure that all other option is now clear from your side. Which one is for your exact option, exact value, pictures, we want to use this pictures also. So this is your pictures. So if you want to add the pictures, you can add it. If you want to add the chart, you can add the chart also. So both the way, this is you can do with your way. So you can do with this tab also. This tab is only available whenever data is available. Clear, all the data will be clear. So if you want to find out, yes, any data with using of this pivot table, then we can use this. For example, if I'm writing down here is 12,000. Now I'm plus two values and two values here. Which one value is put out here? We want to total from this value to this value. So now this value is get pivot data. This is automatically come. Then second value, this is plus this value. So now plus this value and we will drag this value. So get pivot table is one of the method which one we will consider that equal to method, and we will easily find out the data about the pivot table. When we use the scripting value on this data, we can use this data on the scripting value. So we can whenever we will use this data, we can use this easily, so we can work with this data. Now you have to clear idea about this one, which one data, which one value is usable from your side. Get pivot table data is usable when we are finding the pivot table value. At that time we have to finding the value on the pivot table, we want to use this pivot table data. So now we have to plus the value, we have to minus value. Which places we will use the get pivot table data? Whenever you are using with the VBA, at that time, Visual Basic Coding, at that time we want to create the operations on the pivot table data. So at that time, this functionality is very usable when you are using the pivot table data. So make sure that which functionality you're using is which time this is more usable from your side. So you will use this data. On the basis of this data, we can find out the any value. If I move the chart, move to chart in particular Excel sheet. For example, this is sheet number 30 and move the chart in sheet number 14. For example, here is a move the chart. So two chart in one places. Here is your first chart, here is your second chart. Now you can see here two charts, first chart and second chart. Both the chart in a one places. This is called as move your chart, right? Moving your chart. If I'm move the chart, select data, chain type, bring and send to back. This is from send to back value. We want to use the insert and for example is a picture, then send to back option if it is available. Then we can do with everything with your data also. For example, insert and clip art. If I'm putting here, right click, send to back, it's a send to back image. If I'm doing the color of the design of the this one is change. For example, if I'm changing this value, then this is send to back and bring to front, bring to forward, then I will check this value. If I'm deleting this chart, at that time you can see your image also. Okay, thank you friends. In the next session we will discuss the next one.